So this video here, we're going to construct a quadrilateral given some information. Okay, so here we're going to have angle ABC equal to 90 degrees. We're going to have line AB, or side AB, equal 3.5 inches. We're going to have AD equal 3 inches. We're going to have DC equal 2.5 inches, and we're going to have CB equal 2.25 inches. All right, so just to give you a rough idea of what that's going to look like, it's nice to do this little sketch here, so when you draw these out, you have an idea of what you're kind of constructing. So I'm just going to put a piece of paper here. It's just a scrap piece that I had before that I drew that on. So I'm going to find another side here. There we go. Okay, so looking at this first, I know that there's going to be an angle ABC that's going to be 90 degrees. So if I just draw a line across here, right, call that AB, and then ABC, right? So there's ABC, and we know that angle ABC is 90 degrees, right? So that's going to be a right angle. Okay. And the way you read angles, the middle letter in the angle when written this way, so it's angle ABC, the middle letter is where the angle is, right? So it reads through the angle. So A through B and then on to C. So that means that B is 90 degrees. Okay, that's how you read those angles. So angle ABC, this angle is 90 degrees. Okay, we know that this side here, AB, is 3.5 inches. We know that BC or CB is 2.25 inches. And then we have AD and DC. So we know D is going to be somewhere out here. It's a quadrilateral, meaning a four-sided shape. So it's going to be somewhere out here. So AD, A to D is about 3 inches, and then C to D is about 2.5 inches. So I mean, realistically, we're probably looking at something like this. Right, some kind of shape similar to that. So as long as we have that information, we should be good to start constructing this. So first things first, I am going to construct a line here at the bottom. I know it's a little shaded from you guys here, but hopefully you can bear with me and get this to work. So AB is 3.5 inches. So what I'm going to do here is from 0 up to 3.5. I'm going to draw myself a line. Okay, so there's my line, 3.5 inches, and this is AB. And we also already know that angle ABC is going to be 90 degrees. So again, setting up any radius, I can scribe an arc. So shift positions there. So I'm going to scribe an arc from B that goes out roughly 180, and then from that intersection point, I'm going to scribe an arc through, and then go from that point and scribe an arc through. And then from those 2 points, I'm going to scribe an arc above from each of those points. And that there is going to create a perpendicular line. All right, at B on line AB. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw this in green. I'm going to try and draw it nice and light. I'm going to kind of show you the next step here. So if I draw that down, and that connects through, and that now has created my 90-degree angle, which I want in the corner here. So now my next step is I got to find point C. I don't have it yet. But what I do know is that CB or BC is 2.25 inches. So what I need to do on that is I need to take my compass and I need to set this up to 2.25 inches. So again, just because I'm restricted on my space here, I'm just going to go from 4 up to 6.25. So I set it up right on 4, and then I set it up to 6.25. Right, so that is 2.25 inches. Now I can take my compass, set the point on B, and I can scribe my arc across that perpendicular line now, and that is going to be point C. So now I have AB, which is 3.5 inches, and I have BC, or CB, which is 2.25 inches. Okay, so I have those two marked out, and also I've satisfied this first part here, where angle ABC is 90 degrees. So the only thing to do left is to find point D. So to do that, we pick one of these values to start. So we have AD, which is 3 inches, and DC, which is 2.5 inches. It doesn't really matter where you start. I'm just gonna set my compass up here, and DC is 2.5 inches. So I'm just gonna start with that because my compass is already close to that. So I set my compass on 0, and then I set it out to 2.5 inches. Right? And then I set the point on C because the distance from C to D is 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to scribe a larger arc out here because I don't really know where AD is going to hit. I know that AD is 3 inches, so I got to be at least 3 inches away from A, but I don't know exactly. So just do a bigger arc up here. That way you hopefully hit the rings. But if you don't, you just have to reset up at the CD measurement. So now here I have AD, which is 3 inches. So I set my compass point on 0, and I grow my compass out to be 3 inches. Okay. So now that I'm set at 3 inches, I can set the compass point on A and scribe that 3-inch mark, which is going to create point D. All right, so this creates point D. Now AD is 3 inches. That's what I set my compass up to. And then CD is 2.5 inches, which I set my compass up to. So now I have my points. So now to finish off this drawing, I can just do all my connection points with my 2H pencil. Connect A and D. I can connect D and C. And then just to finalize this one here, because I didn't green earlier, I'm going to connect C down to B. Right, which leaves me with my quadrilateral that is drawn given this information.